But really, it can help a lot. AI is great for like taking a photo and creating something. The video side of it doesn't, you know, it doesn't have to do something. So I figured this.
Not that one. Now box the nice. Here you go, babe. Go big girl.
Is this the piece?
Is it?
The only thing I just don't know, I can't get a sample. They say it's going to be. They say it'll look just like that. This is printed. But this will be stamped and then it's hand colored over by a bunch of Uyghurs over in China.
Fill those. And that one too.
Well, we're doing the budget amendment and then we're gonna go forward once we have the money. I've got 6 o'clock. I call this meeting to order. We okay on the recording, Laurie? Welcome. This is the shortest meeting we've had all year. So we'll have to have a lot of stuff to talk about. We have the Pledge of Allegiance, opening prayer, reading or expression of thought by Councilmember Ann Arrington.
Thank you. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our Father in heaven, we're thankful to gather together tonight as a city council and staff and thankful for the opportunity we have to serve in this great community. We're mindful of those around us who are suffering and have cause to mourn and pray for them and help us to know how we can lift and bless them. And we pray that we'll be insightful, that we'll be able to consider future possibilities and the things down the road that would best benefit our city as we make decisions tonight. Thank you for our police and first responders. Bless them that they'll be able to stay out of harm's way. We're thankful for their generosity and courage as they stand for us. And we're thankful for the community we live in, the people who live here, and the great place it is to be. And we say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thanks, Ann. Item number 2, declaration of conflicts of interest. Has everybody looked at the agenda? Have any conflicts? 0, 2. Item 1C, public comments or questions for the mayor, city council. Any public? Seeing none, let's move to the consent items. Item number 2, minutes of March 10th, 2026. And we're going to forget the birthday celebrations on that day. Something will just let it go.
Are they on?
I hope not.
Mayor, I make a motion that we approve the minutes and bills of Pleasant View City.
Okay, we have a motion,
I'll second the motion.
a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Neighbors in Action. This has been a fun little project. We're getting more and more applicants all the time, and our applicant today was multiple nominations. So Dana.
The Neighbors in Action Committee is happy to recognize Jerry and Karen Burns for doing good in our community. Their acts of service are not grand gestures done for recognition, but quiet, consistent efforts that make Pleasant View a better place for all of us. Whether it's walking along Pleasant View Drive with a garbage bag in hand, picking up litter as they go, or spending time weeding and caring for the flower beds in the roundabout, show us what it means to take pride in where we live. Jerry's commitment to our city runs deep. A neighbor shared how they saw him repairing the door of a little library, only to later discover he had rebuilt the entire door. It's a perfect example of the way he notices a need and simply takes care of it. His service also includes 8 years on city council, ongoing volunteer work at the annual salmon bake, where he takes on the hottest job of carrying hot fish from the grills to the servers, and helping establish the Pleasant View Heritage Foundation in 2021. Time and again, Jerry and Karen demonstrate a willingness to go above and beyond, not for recognition, but because they care deeply about this community. We thank them for their example, their service, and the many ways, big and small, they help make Pleasant View such a special place to live.
Thank you. So before I make the official presentation, and Sarah, we get a picture. You know, Jerry and Karen, it goes hand in hand. They're always walking, they're always out doing, and I appreciate that. Jerry's been a good friend for many years. He's the first person I looked to when I decided to run for city council. I remember going over to his house. He was on the city council at that time. What am I going to get into? What can I expect? And he gave me those words of wisdom, and I appreciate that. And everything that Dana just said and more for both you guys. I just appreciate the goodness that you bring to our community. And that's one of the beauties of this cop being good. And thank you for everything. So without further ado, let's present that. Mama. Recognition of your quiet dedication, selfless service, and positive impact on Pleasant View community. Your humility and commitment exemplify the values that strengthen our city.
I'm old enough, I'll probably cry all over your microphone. But I just think that, one, this is a great idea, whether it comes from you as our city council or Dana or wherever. There are so many people in this community that are doing good. You're in the top of those lists, that list, each one of you. But I am just so grateful for the community we live in. And you don't have to walk down the walking path either side of Pleasant View or up the hill that way to go very far without seeing really good people who acknowledge and are doing good also. So I hope we can catch a lot of other people doing good things. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Bill.
Anybody else?
I was just gonna say, I didn't know Jerry until I got on the council. That's what, 6 years ago I got to know him, but if I'd have known him before then, I would have made sure he ran again so that I could vote for him. So we switched places. I think, well, 3 of us did at the same time, but it's good.
Everybody else good? Okay. Thanks, Jerry. Thanks, Karen. You guys are great. You're not going to stick around for the whole thing? All right.
Yeah, run.
All right, budget amend budget, public hearing, discussion of possible action to amend the 2025-2026 fiscal year budget. This is resolution 2026-C. Should we hear from Laurie first or open it to the public hearing? Okay, entertain a motion to open the public hearing.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to open a public hearing.
Sarah,
I'll second it.
Johnny, second. All in favor, or is that a roll call? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Matt, always puts us grief. Everything has to be roll call in his world.
If you err on that side, you can't go wrong.
All right, let's hear from Laurie first, and then we'll open it up to the public.
Hey, there's just a few things that we're going to be amending the budget for. The first one is on the cemetery. Jones and Associates has been doing work on there and we have no budget for yet. There was a $5,000 discretionary fund that Leonard was using to pay for that.
And so the mayor has no money. The current mayor has no money left.
So if we change the budget from 5,000 to not 10, but 15,000, that will take care of January, February, and March's bills with Jones and Associates. And then we need to do an agreement with Ben Loven Cemetery or Southland or whatever. So going to 15,000, we'll just figure it through mortgage with Jones and Associates, and then you'll have to figure out how you want to start paying for this. So that's the first item. The second one is just on the attorney services. We've had budgets 15,000. We need to up it to the 20,000 because we just now have the flat fee and we're gonna be paying that every month. The other one is we're gonna increase the Founder's Day expenditure. We have 60,000 in there right now and we want to increase it by 6,000 for those American 250 points. And then those changes, we just have to reduce the fund balance by 21,000. If we change 5 to the 15, make those two changes.
We have to reduce it by 20, it's 16,000 in the,
Yeah, it's really, if you change that first item from the discretionary, that 5,000 to 15,
okay.
that's the change, and then the 16 should change to 21,000. Just those two changes.
And we'll address cemetery really in the next fiscal budget.
An agreement's coming.
Well, we'll have to have a line item and then have that be part of our budget process, but. Anyway, any comments from the public? Did you come for public comment or on something else?
You want to hear from her. No, I'm serious about what,
Well, we missed it.
can she have some time?
We can probably have some time.
I didn't ask her to come. I just know who she.
Well, I know who she is too, and I may not want to hear from her. I don't know.
About secondary water and water.
Seeing no public comment, I would entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Move that we close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We had to excuse, Dave, he had another obligation that came up, so excuse him from this meeting. So let that record show that. All right, any comments on the changing of our budget?
Mayor, just curious, what's the current balance of the reserve fund?
All right,
We've spent 5,444,000 over right now. We have one bill that we need to pay, and that's January's, and it's almost 3,000. But we still are waiting for the February and the March bill to come from Jones and Associates. So they have been working on it.
And this
So
is
probably
for
3,000 every-
the cemetery specifically?
What were you talking about overall?
I was looking.
Yeah.
discretionary funds.
Oh,
oh.
just
Just what's do you know the total dollar amount we have?
on the whole budget.
No, in the
No.
discretionary funds.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have budgeted 5,000. We've spent
Oh.
5,000.
No, I'm just looking for the, maybe I'm not thinking right.
The
of how it
reserve,
moves.
the reserve fund.
I don't know.
Okay,
But we have 5%, 34% that we can carry over.
okay.
Is this part of the overall general
Yeah.
fund? So when we take it out, I guess, what
Using
will,
that carryover.
what is the percentage currently in the general fund?
At the last fiscal year, it was about 34%.
34%. So,
35 the max.
So we're okay. This is not affecting.
you know,
But it is.
without some major.
Yeah, and
Very good.
building permits, those have been larger than what I expected. I was
Oh.
conservative, so we're
No.
fine.
This is not gonna break our budget
Oh, no, no,
by
no.
any stretch, so.
That's a good question to know.
Yeah.
And Lori always errs on the side of conservative, which is good.
Are you gonna have budgets with your pocket? Oh, yeah.
So I'm just concerned that these bills keep coming from
Are
Jones.
you-
That,
Are you talking about this?
That's bills.
no, we have the,
I know
budget.
they're the bills.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah,
I don't,
did you not get it this time?
I got it. There's two
Okay.
attachments.
To attach.
Yes, both.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, okay.
What,
Just so you're
I
aware.
know that we had the $3,000 bill, but what's that was for engineering
That was-
last
yeah.
year? Wasn't it last year? Cause what's being done on the cemetery then
They're continually working every month, we're getting a bill, we just.
for what?
So like, when you wanna know how many water shares we need for Pine View, and they request, they need to see the road section, and then they then ask for the profile section of the road in order to tell us how many shares we need. We can't draw those here,
Okay.
so we have to have our engineer do it. He's designed the subdivision and the utility plan.
It's $3,000 a shot. Anyway, we'll talk about that later.
And some of it's,
it's a shot. I think it's overall.
Oh, no, it's a shot. It's a shot.
they're designing the storm drain through it, cause you have to make sure you can
Yeah.
get to that regional pond.
Anyway, it's funds that we've already spent. We gotta have a way to pay for them, so.
Like attorney fees, engineering is expensive no matter what engineering you
All right, well,
Mayor, I'll-
anyway,
I'll make a motion that we adopt resolution 2026-C,
for good engineering.
with the changes.
the changes as stated.
21,000 and 15,000, great. Okay,
I
Yep.
will second that.
with motion, we have a second. This is a roll call. Let's go Wilkinson,
Yes.
Erie,
Yes.
Ferry,
Yes.
Harrington.
Yes,
Marriott is excused.
Mayor, let me clarify what I said. For good engineering and good attorneys,
It's
it will
okay.
cost you.
We'll talk about it later, still, whether you, anyway. All right. Is everybody okay to go back to a public comment? for a minute?
sure.
Sure. You're up,
Okay, all right.
especially since it's only 6:15. We gotta stay till 6:45. State your name and address, please.
My name is Lindsay Kerrigan. I live at 255 West Alberta Drive.
Wait, you have 3 minutes.
Perfect. Okay, I can talk now.
What's your profession? Tell us what you do.
Oh, well, I have to be here in an unofficial capacity.
Oh, never
so-
mind then.
Sorry, sorry. But as a member of the community and as a civil engineer, I guess I would just weigh in on the situation of our roads. I know that you're looking at increasing the transportation utility fee, which as a resident, I actually wholeheartedly support, because we cannot continue to let our roads deteriorate. They're a piece of critical infrastructure. And not only do the costs increase if we don't take care of them now, we have lost opportunity costs because poor infrastructure also deters home buyers and business owners from our city. So just an added component that just reviewing the notes from last meeting, I don't know if that was discussed, so that's an industry, another point maybe that you didn't discuss. And then another item would be to talk about water, is that we all know that we're going to face an extreme drought this year. And currently, Weber Basin Water Conservancy District has programs to buy back turf from residents so that they can put in more water-wise landscaping. However, Pleasant View City residents do not qualify for those programs because our city does not meet the basic requirements that the Conservancy District has for new construction. The items for new construction that they're looking for are things like not allowing turf in park strips and then minimizing the area that can be turf. And these only apply to new construction. So current residents don't have to do that, but it opens the gateway for new residents to make those changes in their landscaping and to receive a rebate for so. So I think that is it's a forward-thinking approach to water conservation because as we all know, most people don't make changes unless we have a financial incentive. But we are going to see demands for water increase with increasing population, and our supply is at a critical point right now. And so I would encourage the city council, the planning commission to work with Weber Basin. They have told me that they are more than happy to work with the city, and then I would also volunteer myself to help in any way that I could to help the city implement those types of structures for new construction. So.
Thank you. We typically don't comment on that, on public comments, so thank you. Well, I know, just briefly, we have talked about that, about doing away with some of those things. I think we have looked at some of the water-wise solutions for the parking strips things. to my understanding, some of these programs do require the city to have some input in some of that rebate stuff, and we just don't have the money for some of those things. That was kind of a barrier in years gone by, but we'll take that into consideration and look at that. So, but thank you.
That too, because they didn't mention that.
Yeah, I think that there is a buy-in from the city, I believe. I don't know about Weber Basin. Okay. So there are some with some of the water-wise programs, you know, take, delete your strip or whatever, what's that?
The strip.
Close the strip, there is something the city has to buy into unless that's changed, and it could. Okay, so, anyway, thank you. We'll look into that. Appreciate you being a concerned citizen.
Thank
I'm sorry about the road. We've tried to keep it up in front of your house, but it's the turnaround point with North Ogden. There's a dividing line there that we just. Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thanks for coming. Other business. Andrea, let's start with you on this side.
I just want to mention that we have been, Tammy and Tyson and I and Sean's jumped in on, I believe, 1 or 2 of those meetings, have met with 4 different vendors for software that should help streamline our planning process. I think that we have a front runner in that area, so hopefully we'll be able to commit and get that up and going.
I'm excited for that. I think that'll, from what I've heard, it should have been done years ago. So thank you for that. And any time frame when we're going to make a decision? I know that that's also has to be part of the budget process, but
Actually, Laurie was going over the planning budget, and we do have enough in our budget this year to go ahead and do that before the fiscal year. And there is our front runner choice is offering a significant discount if we sign by the end of this month. So we just need to talk amongst the group and make sure that's the way that we want to head.
I think it's great. I appreciate Sean bringing it up, and it sounds just wonderful. I think it'll take a huge burden off of our planner, and I'm excited about it. Anything else?
Nope.
Laurie. Okay, let's go to Tyson.
Yeah, with the warmer weather, obviously we'll try to speed things up. We're about a month and a half ahead of when you would do a lot of the Bowery and weeds, and just a reminder, we'll do our best and try to speed that stuff up. So that's probably one of the bigger, the drought stuff. It's definitely coming. We're looking at a lot of the new rules for the water. You'll start seeing the Pine View items coming up, and just remembering to direct them to Pine View. We're not the controllers of a lot of what they're doing. We are monitoring the fee. I know that's a big one that comes up because we know they've been warning everybody for some time to, once they set those rates, to make sure that the water systems for culinary are higher than the secondary, because if they come and lock off Pine View, all of a sudden your cross connection issues go up. People are going to start using the cheaper water. So they've been warning you to evaluate those fees and increase them to ensure you're higher than those secondary rates once they start those billing processes as well. So
Is there a way that we can, I know we're monitoring, the flow electronically. Can you, during the summer, could we see if someone's just jacked up their usage of culinary water? Can we flag that?
so that is some of the push for getting the auto read meters in. So you guys approved us getting all of the meters, and they're moving forward quickly.
But is there a way to do
But,
that, to monitor
so we get
individual things?
5-minute incremental data, so we'll know once usage jumps, and that's how you would. we
Because
can
that
help
is,
address
that
them.
is completely against the law to cross connect. I mean, we can't have that.
Yes. So yeah, usage, if all of a sudden you start having a spike, you're gonna go there for a leak regardless, because
Yeah.
that's something we've always done, is trying to mitigate that loss to the resident and the system. And during that evaluation, you could generally determine if it's not a leak, then the increased usage, if their Pine View shut off, it's most likely to irrigating reasons, so.
What's the ETA on the meters being installed? And is that citywide, or are we rolling it out in phases?
just staffing and timing.
Like, could we purchase them all?
Yeah.
Okay, it's just installation.
Yes, Mike's got them where pretty much if you get a moment, the whole group will go out and try to do extra ones, but Jason, if the meter reader, if he wraps up his meter readings, he switches fully to install.
Are we
the
50%, 60%? Where are we on percentage wise?
meters. They're over 50 now.
Okay.
Got mine a couple days ago.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly, but they're actively monthly, there's new installs, the older ones regardless.
We got the plows off the trucks yet?
Some, no, I called on that
Dang it.
last
All
week
right,
that
we're
we were
gonna
done,
get it,
so.
we're gonna get dumped on in April
If
then.
if that helps that happen, I'd happily go
Put 'em
and
back on.
plow them if we get some snow, so won't hurt my feelings.
Also, can I ask for an update on, is it 350? What's the one that,
400.
400? Yeah,
It looks beautiful.
that's the update?
Yeah.
Is it done?
It's done.
They were just
Yeah.
done.
Had it closed off the other day.
Yeah, they, for the punch list, we marked up all the areas we could find and, they paid Monday. I think they paid Monday.
I've taken it out of four-wheel drive to
Oh,
go up and
sweet.
down the hill.
Okay, good. Then can I ask another question? What about the sidewalk trip program? How do we identify which sidewalks we're gonna do this year? Do we have a certain way we roll that out, or?
So we just try to keep a list of hazards, either but found by us or like the call-ins. And I try to tell anybody that calls in, if we have so many and only X budgeted, that we just start at the most hazardous and work down until that budget's gone. And then we start at the highest level the next year. And that's been essentially our program for 4 years now. So if they call in and we just add it to the list, and then there's an element of schools, like we started the first 2 years was just working out from all your school zones and public buildings, the parks. So we're sort of getting where we're getting out of the public high traffic areas. For the safety committee, there's a new guidelines for that program that we're me and the superintendents are looking through to see how we're going to implement it. It gets more official where you're committing to, we're going to go and inspect all of our walk. I think there's a 1 to 2 years, a 4-year, depending on what type of area they're in. But so there'll be a little more formalized version coming soon, but that's historically, they just call in and we just go measure it, add it to the list as this level of priority, and then just sort of weigh it with the budget. We try to do as much as we can with, I think it's 30,000 every year about.
Great.
Do you have some you have identified?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you have them, you can see if they're not on the list, we'll throw them on there and categorize them. So.
Okay.
We're behind on doing this fiscal year's right now, just due to all the staffing shortage. We just didn't get to put anything together yet. If we can get one out by July 1st, we will.
Awesome. Thank you.
And we have Matt here that has grown his hair, and I don't know if I haven't seen him wear glasses.
Matt wears glasses.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. It's an occupational hazard.
Want to introduce yourself?
Yes. I'm Brody Flint. I'm the other part
Half.
of the better half, to be honest. Yeah, so the plan is that Matt will attend the first one and I'll attend the latter every month. That's our plan. Last month got foiled by my family, so my apologies for not being here. We're still excited and enjoy working with everyone, so appreciate it.
I have to say this, one of the better things that Andrea suggested, honestly. I think it's been wonderful to have representation at our city council meetings, and then all the other things. I talked to Matt last council meeting. I said, are we overwhelming you yet? No, not yet. So it's going to be heavy for a little bit because you have so much to catch up on, but I think it's a great move, and thank you, city council, for supporting that. I think it just make us better. And Brody, thanks. Welcome you.
Yeah.
Matt's been able to take everything we've given him. We'll see what how you can handle it.
I'm pretty tough.
Thank you. Oh, no, I know. I know. No, but Matt's been here and he's taken all the abuse and he's been able to not shrink. And so. All right, well,
And I will say, just so we're clear, Matt is the nice one, so
well, so that means I can ramp it up a little bit?
you can try, yeah.
Now, when we interviewed these two, they just both shot brightly and they have nothing bad to say in front of him. Anyway. Sean? Nothing. Sarah?
We just had a great service project. Lots of new city council showed up and we helped clean up Elder detention basin. And Tyson came and helped with, on his own time, because he's like that. So, but we had Parker and Little Taj and Adam there. So it's a good project. I know his name is Jackson, but anyway, also, the U City Council closing dinner is Saturday, and we invite the council and their spouses and our city administrator to come. And mayor, May 2nd at 5 o'clock at Prairie Skin. So we'll send out a thing if you'd like to come. We do a year-end wrap-up and just kind of talk about things that we've done, show a video, and scholarship applications are gonna be winding up, and they'll be notified there, but then we'll come present the scholarship here, council.
Can that count as a date night, Dana?
It's fun.
May 2nd?
And I don't know if Ann was gonna touch on this about the grants or.
Go ahead.
But we turned them in. Bryce and Mike went down to the county and turned them in, and I think we have 3 really good grants for,
Fingers crossed.
yeah.
What are they? Just tell us a little bit
The
about it.
RC Crawler Park that Bryce and Mike are working on, at City Park.
Pleasant View City Park.
Pleasant View City Park. Sorry. And the pickleball practice boards and paddle holders for the new courts, and also the banners. And we get that one, we found a website that we could get 100 of them. So we can line Pleasant View Drive and 1000 and 600 and all around the city office building. So.
Good,
for
thanks.
the anniversary.
Thanks for the work. Thanks for
Yeah.
doing that. Both of
And
you.
did a lot of work, and Cindy and Bryce and Mike and me, and so.
Yeah.
Good, thank you very much. Anything else? And
So we've got our, the constant contact that we talked about, you guys, we've got that up and running. So we have both texting and email set up. So I tested a QR code with the mayor the other day and it worked. So we're gonna start collecting our email list now. We can use what we have from our utility bills. We could start with that, but you'll be seeing like QR codes and like we'll put some on the Facebook page. Also, I need to talk to someone about linking it to like the website, if we could put something there. So, but we're moving forward. It's going really well. And the other thing that we're going to do as part of our communications drive basically is just do something called In a PV Minute. And I was kind of playing with that, sent a mayor a little copy of that. It was pretty.
I'm trying to find it.
No,
Play it.
Do
But you know what I found out? No, I was just messing with it, like
No,
just
she-
playing with the
she-
video
yeah.
editor and stuff
Yeah.
like that. You know, I'll play that right now.
Showed
It's
me
fine.
the idea, the graphic, it looks
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, so and that too, I think it'd be cool, like we'll put that out on Facebook as well. They're just gonna be little 1-minute snips of things like whatever, garbage, or, we could talk about like how taxing works and stuff like that, how that's always so confusing.
I think we need to put this on the agenda for next time to make Ann our official Pleasant View Minute spokesperson.
Well, I'll tape y'all. It'll be great. So, yeah.
It was very, very well done. I think it'll be good.
I think it'll be good too. And I also want a spot on the website where we could just have like in a PV minute, like history. So anybody could like look up if they had, they could go back and see like the archived stuff.
cool.
So anyway, coming along with those things. That's all I got.
I forgot to remind you, the Easter Candy Grab, not that y'all care, but it is Saturday, April 4th at 9, not 10. They call it City Park, but Pleasant View City Park.
April when?
If you want to be historically
Saturday,
correct.
4th at 9. It's
4th
not-
at 9.
It's always been at 10, but Cindy and we moved it to 9 because there's things at 10, that's General Conference Weekend and whatever, and so it'll be good. And if you don't show up within the first 10 minutes, you've missed it. Have you ever been?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you have. I'm looking at Johnny.
I don't think I have.
Really, if you don't show up in the first 10 minutes,
First two.
2 minutes.
You can't be 2 minutes late to a can't Easter egg grab.
Very popular.
Yes. Yeah, that's it.
Johnny.
I have nothing to say.
Okay, I do have a couple things, so stick with me here. And this side of the table's looked at these coins.
Stickers, or is this what it will be?
Well, those are what this would be.
Oh, so like this.
No. So this one is a punched one. This is what Crown has submitted for the 93 apiece.
Okay, so
It'd be,
this is just.
it'd be double-sided. This one is printed. This is what your UV print 3D. These came from Gelsco. So I think, and everybody that I've talked to likes the feel, the touch of this. The only negative is I can't have a sample. Because they have to create a mold, punch it.
Right.
Little
See that.
Chinese people are filling in all the colors, but I'm told it will look just like that.
It will. You want it to be like this. This is class.
And so I'm proposing, and again, we're not making the decision,
You
but
guys want to see?
1,000 of them. I got a quote for 2,000 at 293. He'll honor the same price as his Crown trophy, and all the setup fees and everything are included in that 293. I think everybody that I've talked to says, man, he's giving you a great deal. But Crown is the people that have donated are caught being good, and they're just good people.
So
up
you're
there.
doing Crown or Gelsco's honoring what Crown is?
I'm honoring Crown.
Oh, okay.
Those are from Gelsco, but those are $5 or four something. They're a little cheaper, or maybe they're a little more expensive than this price than your Clark.
1,000 is $369
Yeah.
for the.
But I just, it's nice. Just seems for being more expensive. I don't like it. So it's not what I want. And I'm hoping
So.
this is okay.
So not that you need to think about it now, but when you do sell them, they'll have to come to the office
Yeah.
to buy them and stuff.
And we will have to work that out, how we're going to do that, and that'll be something, I don't know exactly how we're gonna do it, but we will hopefully sell them for about $5, I think, a piece. I think everybody's gonna pay that, and they're gonna want several. I've had several people that I've talked to, and they want to put the grandkids and just have it be to pass them out, because it's America 50, it's gonna be something that's everybody's gonna want to have, and it doesn't be 175, it'll be an important thing, so. Anyway,
So
again,
you're changing the 250 to that from this. Is that right?
no, this will,
No, the 250, this is what the
Yeah.
state is using, this ribbon, this is what the state is, but you're.
I like that one.
Okay.
I don't know.
No, I was just asked, great.
And I like this one, the one that had some houses and stuff on it, I just didn't like that. I would, if we could change it to peaches, but we're just gonna pretend it's peaches, I think it's apple trees.
Didn't you see the other one I sent you? There's one that has pictures on it.
Okay, and we can look at that too, send it to me again. Okay, the last thing, 5 minutes and we'll go, Dana, I know we gotta go to the library, so. I have been in contact with Ryan Barker with North Ogden. And he's going to hopefully allow us to have access to the green waste dump. Okay. And I just think it's a good public city, inner city partnership that we're gonna do. We also have the decant facility that we want them to utilize and help, not pay for necessarily, but we need to work out those fees. I talked to Tyson a little bit about what that deal is, but that's going to be a regional decant facility. There will be a fee, there has to be a fee to utilize it, but we want North Ogden to utilize it, not build one on their own. It's becoming more stringent on the rules of where it can be, and we're gonna have a regional one. Tyson's done a great job. We've been planning for this for years. But I just think it's how do you feel? Again, we're not making decisions during this time, but I think I've talked to a couple of you about this, and I just think it'll be a good opportunity for our residents. I've agreed that there'll be a premium. We're not gonna pay the same price as North Ogden. I think that's only fair. They're paying $250 right now. They're gonna try to see if they raise it to $3 or $350. If we do this, and we might have to pay $4 a truck or something
Per load?
per load.
Well,
That-
that's cheaper. The dollar station is like,
That's the diesel going to Ogden, you know, or to Weaver County.
yeah, it's $12.
And so I don't know if that takes money out of the Weaver County landfill, sorry, but.
Don't be, yeah.
And in years gone by, we've always given some money. I think we'll do away with that. Kind of that.
Oh, the $5 voucher.
We paid a voucher to Green Waste because we shouldn't need it. And we'll just have them and they'll just, the residents will go there, present Pleasant View residency or whatever, and just go to North Ogden and buy it, so we won't have to sell them. But there'll be a Pleasant View or non-resident ticket or voucher. And then there'll be a North Ogden ticket or voucher.
That their excess and whoever needs to pick it up.
Well, they burn it, and Ryan says we'll just burn it twice a year instead of once a year. They're not going to allow, even in North Ogden, any commercial waste going there anymore because it overloads, and we would not have commercials with Pleasant View unless maybe the cities, the city stuff could be dumped up there. But I just think it's a great idea. It's working together with North Ogden.
Does that include Christmas tree stuff?
Yeah. Anything you want. They have hours there that it's monitored as you check in. They're going to try, if this goes forward, to have a barcode something. So they're gonna update their system as well, so it can't be copied or, forged or whatever, but you'll have something that you sign up with a barcode that just will bill you or something. They don't know exactly how it's gonna look, but I would like to see this happen within the first week of April. So
I think that would be great.
quickly. Yeah. And when I talked to Call, he said there's only one hurdle that the state, it's not a dump. And I guess that we were allowed years ago to go there for Pleasant View. It's never since, I haven't ever,
I remember, well,
long time ago, they took us out because the state was putting up some conflict of something, of being a regional dump, and it's not a dump. But anyway, if we forget about that, I'm very happy. We've been talking about it for years. We finally have the right partnership but I think Tyson's good with it, and we'll have to get our legal on it, Brody, to do some interlocal agreement or something there, but I'm just very happy with it, so.
State resources, so you don't say
Yeah.
narrative.
And I just, we've talked about having that down at our facility down there. We'd have to man it. We'd have to,
yeah.
I just think,
So you would even do this even after when this facility is built on 1,000?
well, we'll have the decant facility.
Mhm.
That will be us, and we'll have trucks from North Ogden and
Oh, so,
going down to there,
gotcha.
but we will not have a green waste dump. There's no sense in paying.
If we keep it partnership. over
Just
there.
keep the partnership as long as it's not abused, and
No, I think that's a great idea.
I think it's just wonderful, so.
Part of the DK site plan was trying to get the water use so it's independent. Because if you have a contractor, the city at night, that they can still access the gate, get in and dump. Still monitor all of that. Just function independent.
But anyway, I don't want to wait till we get the decant facility to have that partnership, and that's why John and Ryan both said, I go forward with good faith that it'll all work out, that we can do it. There's no reason why. It's been a plan, I think, to let other entities and municipalities use that, so.
Yeah, at the beginning of the decant talks, it's thrown out talked about as a idea for how you trade those fees, because we'd be hauling off any of their sweeper tailings and any of their issues. So
That's why
sort
we've
of
got
trade
it.
that as an interlocal.
So, there'll be fees, and we're not just giving it away. They'll have to still pay to use it, but if we have a cooperative interlocal agreement, then we can factor that in, because it'll take, anyway, so I'm happy with it.
I think that's awesome.
One other quick thing in 2 minutes, Dana, sorry. We will I talked with the America 250 representative today, and he's also part of the Sons of the American Revolution. And I talked with Dave. I'm sad that he's not here, but as part of Founder's Day, they have some tents or some pop-ups, they call it, that talk about the history of the American Revolution. Some of the unsung heroes of the American Revolution and stuff like that. I've asked him to possibly bring that down to Salmon Bake. So right along where the people come in the line, set those tents up there and have that, just talk about the American Revolution as part of our America 250. And as they eat their dinner, then they can just go and look through these exhibits that they have. And they have another kind of an honor guard that I think we're gonna use in the parade. That they dress up in Revolutionary War stuff with the drums and stuff like that. And again, I talked with Dave about the American Legion. Has been there all, but we can mix them. Just have it be the American Legion with the revolutionary things. I think it'd be kind of fun and special. So I'm gonna do that. They do have another thing possibly during your activity where they have a musket,
Oh, I think that would be
where
great.
they show the kids and they'll fire a musket
Mhm.
off, boom. And they have,
a great spot for them too.
and they have some drums for the kids to kind of play the drums.
Do you want them to come early enough to be, we could even do a Facebook Live or a PD Minute Live too, while we
Yeah.
get the salutes to wake everybody up? That would be really cool to have the drums and the musket.
I don't know. It's just
Just
all,
the-
it's all availability. I've kind of launched the request
Cool.
and set the dates. That's all volunteer stuff. I told them we'd give them a Salmon Bake ticket to participate and maybe have the people that come early, maybe have a little breakfast or something on us.
Absolutely.
I think it'd be just a fun thing. So anyway. Any other questions, comments? We usually hear from our police department. Stetson down in St. George. Thank you. You normally have a seat right up here, by the way. Anything from the police? Are we doing okay? Thank you for your service. Appreciate it. Okay, I'd entertain a motion.
Oh,
I did not know that. Thank you for letting me know. Well, it's always on the agenda. Okay, I'm sorry.
forward, we were not gonna say that anymore unless there's actually a close meeting.
All right, well,
Okay.
we'll excuse you guys. We will let Laurie change the,
Thank you.
Yeah, you need to do a motion on the
Yeah.
record.
Motion to close.
Motion,
okay, so
And a
I'll
roll.
entertain a motion for a closed meeting to discuss pending or imminent litigation
Litigation.
pursuant to the Utah Open and Public Meetings Law as it states there in item number 6.
Mayor, I'll make a motion. We go into a closed meeting for consideration of pending or imminent litigation.
second,
Have a motion and a second, all in favor?
roll call.
Waiting to say that.
I was waiting for Matt to say that.
It's funny now.
Yes. Johnny,
Yes.
Ann,
Yes.
Sean,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
okay. Motion
Brody, you could be known as Matt number 2.